So today we're gonna be ranking every single champion in League of Legends and their potential for Arcane. Now there are 170 champions, so this is probably gonna have to be a multi-part video because I'm gonna talk about each champion, not for too long, just for a little bit. But yeah, so let's go ahead and let's get into this. Starting off with number one, Aatrox. Now, Aatrox has an amazing story. I think he's very well written. I think he's very interesting. I think he's infinitely more interesting than the old Aatrox, to be honest. I know a lot of people aren't going to like that, but that's just the harsh truth of it in terms of like gameplay and lore-wise. So yeah, I'm going to give him, but I don't think he's like S tier. I think he's A tier because he's really good, but I just don't think a story centered around him would really be, like the end all be all. I might change that later though. All right, go on to the next one. Ari. Ari would probably be the most popular one because just them animating her will make like 90% of the League community go crazy and skin sales will go up 100%. I don't know why they haven't already done this. Like Jinx is probably now the flagship champion for League of Legends, but before I believe it was Ezreal, but like the flagship for like a different side of League is 100% Ari, and they know that 100%. Like the skin sales, if we saw like that money distributed, we know Ari would be like that top forerunner. But in my opinion, B tier. Akali is S tier. I put Akali in S tier. I think Akali could be a very interesting character because with Akali, we would also be able to bring in a lot. Like Akali could be Jinx levels of flagship popularity, I would say, because Akali is just a cool character, right? And like just how they would introduce her, how they would have this could be a great way to bring Ionia with like with Akali with the setting about Ionia, the King Ku order, Shen, Zed, Jin, Hui. Like this could be this is S tier, as good as Arcane currently. I would even argue it could be better because I think Ionia would be a better setting than Zaun and Piltover, in my opinion. Just based off of how they wrote this season, because it got very like magical, mystical, and stuff like that. And I feel like an actual magical and mystical place would have been better for that. Because when I think of Zaun and Piltover, I think more like technology, machines, stuff like that. That's why I'll talk about that later though. Akshin. See, we could have like Akshin's adventures. That'd be cool. I put that A tier. I like Akshin's character. I think it'd be cool because like you have the whole thing with him getting vengeance for like his master. I think it'd be a really cool like plot line, and then him going around like reviving people and stuff like that. I think it's also kind of limited because he's kind of a broken character in another sense as well too. But yeah, A tier. Alistar, D tier. Nobody cares about the Minotaur, the Bull, anything like that. He could be a good side character, but yeah, honestly, nobody wants to see a story centered around him. So yeah, D tier. That's why his lore is not that long. Mbessa is a good side character. I don't think people would really care for her if she was the main character. Like she's interesting when she's on the side as either not the main villain, but one of the villains, right? But I don't think she's somebody who's meant to play that center role. Amumu. I think Amumu could be very interesting. I think they could do a lot with the Amumu. Like just the Amumu's backstory alone, I think would be amazing just to see it like animated in a story like that in Arcane. So I think he could be B tier. Honestly, maybe pushing A tier. I think there's a lot they could do with the Amumu. Anivia. C tier, bro. I ain't never heard anybody say, man, I can't wait for more Anivia lore, bro. No, I'm sorry. Anivia is just not that guy. It's okay though. It's cool, but that's just the reality of it. Let's keep it stat. Annie. I think that Annie could have a lot of potential. Like if we have like kind of a powder storyline where like Annie like grows up as well too. They went that far. I think that'd still be kind of wild to do. Yeah, never mind. They wouldn't do that. But then again, they did. It does seem like they killed a character. So I think if they did like Annie's life, her getting more powerful as a mage, I think it would have a good amount of potential. But I put it at bottom of A tier. Aphelios. Aphelios is a very interesting character. If they need to put him in like a K-pop band or something, like if they had like him and like the boys, I forgot he got his sister there too. But like, I feel like if there was a group, if they made a story about like the boys, like a Final Fantasy 15 type story, I think that if it was like a Phelios auction, I think that could be heat. I think people would love that, right? And then we got something crazy like one of the bros likes his sister. It'd be like a wild plot line, bro. I think that could be peak. And then like Aphelios and him, they gotta like fight to the death or something like that, bro. Bro, don't let me cook, Riot. Let me cook. Let me cook, Riot. Anywho, moving on. Ash. I think Ash is a very cool character. Ash is S tier. I really like Ash's character. I think she's actually pretty cool. I think she'd be a very popular character as well too. I would say Jinx level popularity. Not more than Akali. I think Akali would be like the most popular one so far. I think it's hard to beat Akali. Because she just got the exaggerated swagger of a ninja, right? That's pretty dope. Aurelion Sol. See, B tier, bro. Like, Aurelion Sol is cool. But I don't think... Like if League was an anthology series, and you were to have each character have their own, like, one-shot episode, that'd be good. But a whole 2 seasons about Aurelion's character development, bro. Like, how do you give character development to a god? To god. Not a god. To god. That, yeah. I don't know how you write that. It'd probably be difficult. So yeah, we're gonna go move to Aurora. Aurora, I feel like, this is my take. Newer Champions of League stories and just overall plot and characters just don't hit. Like, I think there's some characters on the list where they peaked with the story writing on them. Because they are just incredible. And I don't think, like, it's hard to develop these new stories, these new characters. And I don't think Aurora was really ever that interesting. So, B tier. Azir, S tier. Azir and Xerath, easy S tiers. Both those characters could be, I'm telling you. I'm gonna link to my other video, if you haven't seen it yet, where I put Arcane's best potential rivalry. Azir and Xerath is by far what I think is the best story they could tell. My favorite story they've ever written. Bard, I think Bard could be pretty good. It's kind of similar to Auction, with like Bard's adventures, stuff like that. So it'd be alright. That's what I think. I've never really been that big of a fan of Bard, but it could be like him going around helping the other champions and stuff like that too. So it'd be pretty cool just to see how his powers work more in depth and stuff like that. And then we have Bel'Veth. Bel'Veth, I would say, is more interesting than Kai'Sa. So I'll put her in A tier. I'll put a lot of characters in A tier, but there's literally 170 champions. So, like, you gotta bear with me here. You gotta bear with me here, okay? All right. But yeah, I put Bel'Veth in A tier because she's actually a very interesting, because she started off as kind of like a Hollow. It's very similar to Hollows, I feel like. Whereas she got stronger, she started the game like actual like sentience, understanding, like beyond just consuming, getting powerful. It's actual goals now that she's trying to do, trying to mimic humanity, and eventually overthrow her creators to have it for herself. I think that could be a very interesting plotline. But she's probably gonna be somebody who's relegated to the villain, right? So characters like Aatrox and Bel'Veth would be S tier villains, but you couldn't make Arcane just about them, I feel like. It just wouldn't work. Okay, so next one. Blitzcrank, yeah, D tier. I'm not gonna lie. Who out here talking about, hey bro, when we gonna get more Blitzcrank lore? Nobody. They already took bro's lore right now with Victor. Like, they took that man's lore already, bro. They do not care about you, man. D tier if there was F tier, not gonna lie. Brand is actually a very interesting character, because they talked about who he originally was until he was taken by like that fire. I think he's actually very interesting. I put him in B tier though, because like the issue is what made Jinx so good was that her character could develop so much, right? But a character like Brand, how much development can you have for his character without drastically changing who he is, right? Because everything Jinx has done is still within her character. They just expanded upon it. But changing a lot of Brand's actions would change who he fundamentally is in League of Legends. because that's kind of what they do with Victor, is they expanded upon it, but they also changed fundamentally who he was. And a lot of people don't like that. I'm mixed on that. I can make a video upon what I think about that, but we'll just leave that for now. Braum. I give Braum B tier. I don't think you could really make a long story about Braum, because Braum is a supporting character. Braum is like the mentor. Braum could be like the mentor to Ash. That's who he would be a great supporter to, right? Like, let's say Ash is on a mission to get something, and then she meets Braum on the mission. It's like their Uncle Iroh. That's what I see Braum as, like that reliable guy. And then we could have a Zuko. Kane could be like Zuko, bro. You can throw Kane in there, be Zuko, some nonsense like that, right? Anywho, Briar. I like Briar's character. I like her character a lot, not gonna lie. I know y'all probably thinking, oh yeah, we know why. No, you don't. Briar, I think Briar's got some potential. I would like to see them go into like a lot more with her. Yeah, I think there's a lot that they could do with her as well too. I think she would be a good character to expand upon. I'm not gonna put her in S tier because that's crazy. I'm just playing. I'm putting her in S tier. I really like her character. I think there's a lot you could do with Briar's character, honestly, man. All right, Caitlyn. Caitlyn's a side character. B tier, easy. Camille is also a side character, I would say. I'm surprised we didn't really see Camille like in Arcane, but I guess that would have introduced like too much. Cause Camille and Bessa, their beef would have been legendary. Like that would have been like a whole scene would have been dedicated just to those two fighting if she was in the show, right? So I can understand. She might be in Bessa tier, honestly, but I feel like Camille's an interesting character, right? Cause she's old. She's super old, but she don't look like it because of League logic. So I think there's some stuff you could do with that, and it's like the inner like battles and demons that she fight and everything like that. I think it would be interesting. Cassiopeia is a hard side character in C tier. I never found Cassiopeia that interesting because, you know, it's the beautiful woman, blah blah blah. How she becomes as ugly on the outside as she is inside. Oh, boring. We've seen that before. C tier. Cho'Gath. See, Cho'Gath is in like the good villain. There needs to. I need to put like a villain tier, like a good, like a would be better villain tier. That's what I need to add. I don't even know how you can like add that in here, but I'll try to add like for the next one, good villain tier, because all these characters like just go in good villain tier. So that's an A tier. Corky, bruh, what the heck? What the heck? Boy, get the D tier. Who even are you, man? Stay right there. Darius is a very interesting character. I think there's a lot of depth to Darius potentially. Like if they go the Noxus route for the next season of Arcane, there's a lot of depth that we could have with Darius's character, right? Because I think he's even had like his old like short story, which was good, and then his relationship with Draven, and then with Swain as well too, like him, because it's very similar to Arcane, I would say, how Draven and Darius started off as like boys who just used to be scrapping and fighting until they joined the military, and then but they just went a completely different way. So I think it'd be a very interesting story. But I don't know about whole. I think he's a good like Vi. He's like the Vi, and Draven's like the Jinx. I think Draven would be more interesting. And then we have Diana. Now I put Diana in S tier. I'm not gonna lie, man. I think Diana, cause a lot of these characters have the limited lore, and then put him in a TV show, it's like you're adding so much more to it, because we don't really know anything about. Well, we don't. Okay, let me not say anything, but there's a lot you could expand upon with Diana. However, the issue with that also is, let me think, because like, is there enough to work with there? Because but then again, if they do Zon and Piltover, then I think I would put Diana in S tier. I think Diana would be really good. I think she would also be very popular. Like I think there's some champions in League who have the potential to be super popular. They just need more coverage, I would say. And I think Diana is one of those characters. Dr. Mundo, side character. Like he'd be a funny guy to have, but there's a reason he wasn't in Arcane. Like what was he gonna do? Matter of fact, D tier. Like, Mundo is not gonna contribute anything really except comedic relief, and we don't really need that. Draven, I would put in not S tier. I put him right there. 'Cause I think Draven would be a good character to center around because his character is very selfish and shallow. Honestly, I think you could work with that, make that an S tier. I used to play a lot of Draven. I'm not a Draven main. I know the stigma surrounding that, so that's not me. But I gotta beat the Draven allegations. I did play him a lot, but the thing is, Draven has a lot of potential, I would say, because since he's such a selfish person, they could make him deal the consequences of his selfishness. And then we could talk about how he came up, what he did with Swain to help him create his empire, and how Swain helped him get back on his feet. There's a lot to do with Draven's character, I would say. Echo, S tier, no questions. I think we all know why. Elise is actually a pretty interesting character. I would put her like a B. I think she's a good side character, not a main villain, but she's a good character like throw in there. Just like talking about Elise, right? I really should change this to like side character tier list, or like villain. I should add like a villain, side character, all of that. Man, not gonna lie, I might have to just. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I might make a whole new one with best villains for Arcane, best side characters, and best main characters. Because like right now, the S is like all the good main characters. A is like they'd be like a good villain, or like they'd be good to have a huge part in the show. B is like they'd be like a good mentor, side character, best friend, some nonsense like that. C is you're good in there, I guess. And D is you add really nothing of value. And then we have Evelyn. Evelyn could be like that demon like whispering in your ear, right? Like the one who is like offering you like these promises and all this stuff. She could be a threat the whole series, and then we just see people like slowly like dying or whatever, and then it's revealed that it's like Evelyn. I think they could do something with that, and she'd be like a very interesting character to have in there. And you already know Arcane is not afraid to get a little crazy on screen, get a little freaky on screen. So it's not like Evelyn is too freaky for Arcane. What we have seen, Evelyn would have hopped right in that, to be honest. So Evelyn would have been right at home with Arcane. So yeah, that would be no issue. Ezreal, I know y'all not gonna like this, but Ezreal's S tier, honestly. Ezreal got a good foundation. There's a lot you could do with Ezreal. There's a reason he is considered like a flagship character. He just got the sauce. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He's like the Justin Bieber of League of Legends is what I would say. You could make a lot just about Ezreal. I don't really know like where he even what his region even is, because in all champions he's kind of just, and that's why he would be so good too. He don't really have a region. Bro could be in the Freljord, and honestly I could see them making some nonsense stuff that makes sense for. He's looking for an artifact. He's in the ocean looking for an artifact. Bro's in the void looking for an artifact. There's literally a scene with him helping out Kai'Sa because he's looking for an artifact. Like, it would not be that hard. And then we could have a team of Ezreal, Aphelios, Uxin. Oh my god, wait a minute, bro. That would be kind of heat. I'm telling you, the Final Fantasy type boy band crew of dudes going on a trip across from Runeterra. Right, listen to me. I'm cooking here. I'm cooking. Let me cook. Fiddlesticks, great villain potentially. See, this is really becoming like the villain tier right here, man. Yeah, this is becoming the villain tier. That's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. So on the villain tier, throw him in the villain tier because he'd be a great villain. I put him higher in here. Yeah, that's what I would say right there. Much higher in the villain tier. I'm probably gonna have to add more tiers as well too. Yeah, that's definitely gonna have to be done for that. Let me see, how do you add a tier? Let me look at this real quick. That's not how you do it. Oh, that is how you do it. Add a row below. Okay, so we're going to put E tier. All y'all going in E tier. And then we're going to create this one to villain. Good side character. Make this like main character. And then we'll be like NPC. And then comedic relief. Don't put them. Yeah, so we'll put all these guys in like comedic relief. Mundo, you stay down there because Mundo will. There, look, they literally actually this guy too. They literally had the potential to put them, but they didn't put them because they would add nothing to the story. Okay, I don't write this, bro. That's all you need to see. So all right, we'll start with this villain tier. Yeah, see, see. This is the good villain tier right here. Good side characters in like the good like best friend on the side or like mentor, like an important character to the show. Like Caitlyn was very important to the show, but she was not the main focus. They'll have like episodes dedicated to them, but they're not like what you watch it for, right? Fiora, what even, bro? Like, what does Fiora do? She dueled her father for the house or something like that. I guess, bro. Like more like NPC. Like you out here doing your stuff in the bag. You know, I guess you could be good side character, but yeah, it's NPC really. NPC tier. Fizz. Who even is Fizz? Okay, Fizz got potential. I think Fizz could be an interesting side character. I don't know, like if it's in Bilgewater and it's like Gangplank and Misfortune, Fizz could be like there. He could be like the comedic relief, but like actually you are happy. Like the Jeff the Land Shark. That's a good comparison. That's what he would be. Galio. Galio's like the NPC. You know, if it's in Demacia, we're dealing with Silas. Right. And then we go to, and let's say they're getting attacked. And then, because he's going to be an issue. Silas is going to have to beat this guy, right? So that's like the NPC. That's literally like the NPC. That could also be villain. But he's not really villain. Honestly, he's good enough for good side character, I would say. Yeah, he can bump into there. That's what I would put him right there. And the next, all right, main character. Gangplank is main character energy. They really killed, bro, for an event because they knew. People love Gangplank because he's a simple pirate, but he's done well. Like he's cool. His lines in game are cool. His lore is cool. And bro's on that vengeance. He really went from that Thanos, I don't even know who you are, to getting it back in blood. Garen got no lore. Good side character though. Like him and Katarina's plotline, that would be interesting. That's about it. And you know, Arcane got no shame showing that whole scene going on. So yeah, that's not really an issue for real. Nar, don't put Nar in any. Actually, okay, Nar can be the comedic relief, but just don't make it too annoying. Because he's just gonna be out here. Like, bro, I would want to turn off the TV. But I'll put him in comedic relief because if they don't do it too much, it could be a contribution. But it's kind of like Mundo. It's like, why are you here? Gragas, NPC, drinking episode. I don't know, something like that. I don't think Gragas out here giving out wisdom or something like that. Like maybe you see Gragas when y'all are drinking or something. I don't think anybody would ever miss him not being added. Almost, you border on comedic relief, my guy. Not gonna lie. I'll leave you for now. Graves. I think you could put Graves as a main character. With like Gangplank and Misfortune's whole scenarios going on in the background. And then it's just Graves going on heists. Maybe I'm giving him too much credit actually. Because we're not put Twisted Fate. Nah. Yeah, let me put him down. In good side character. I just don't think he would be that good if it's really just about him. Gwen. I never liked Gwen that much. She's kind of boring to me. But I guess she's a good side character tier. I'm not even trying to rank this anymore. There's too many here, bro. We are at like, I don't even know how many we are right now. But we got to do 170. So, yeah, I'm not sure. But in the good side character tier, gonna be honest. I really feel like Graves could be a good side character. Yeah, I'll keep him there. Because him and Twisted Fate will both go there. Hecka hit the rim. Hecarim could be a cool villain because of what he did to get that power, right? He betrayed the kingdom and stuff, right? So he's kind of cool. Hey, like him and Callista's beef would be very interesting. I also think Viego's a really cool character. Contrary to what people say. Heimerdinger, he was good side character. We already saw that, so, I think he's got potential. He's an interesting character. He just don't really. I wouldn't want to see something about him as a main character. I think he'd be a cool side character. I'd rather see it about like Zed or Shen. Either one of those I'd be more interested in. I don't really care about Wei. Let's see. Ilaoi. NPC. You go to Ilaoi to take the test, and then you leave. That's about it. Irelia is main character energy. Definitely. Irelia is a very cool character. I really like her character. She's pretty cool. I like her backstory. How she bodied Swain too. Took that boy's arm. Yeah, Irelia would be a really good like leading character. Ivern, NPC. We got to go through a forest for a mission or something, and you see him. Yana. Yeah, I mean NP. They didn't put her in there. Why should I? Right? They didn't put him in tier. They mentioned her. That's about it. Jarvan. Jarvan could be a villain. I'd rather Jarvan be the villain. Because on Lux, let's say it's about Lux, right? He's a villain. On Silas's side, he's a villain. Right? Either way, he's like something that they gotta beat or gotta go through to get their eventual dream. I would not want to see Jarvan as the main character. I'm gonna be honest. Don't make him the main character. You got much more interesting characters. So yeah, I'll keep him in villain tier. I think he'd be interesting as a villain. Him and Shyvana, like they put in the game. I think that's cool. Jax, good side character. NPC, actually. Yeah, bro's NPC. Cause like, there could be a couple episodes where they just talk to Jax. They have a fight with Jax and then that happens. That'd be cool. That's about it. Jace is good side character tier. Jhin is villain. Jhin has to be the villain, bro. Jhin is a cool character. Like, Jhin is the catalyst of so many characters in Ionia. We have to make him the villain, right? He's great villain tier. Jinx is main character. I'm surprised what they did with her, honestly. Kai'Sa is main character. I think there's a lot they can do with Kai'Sa's character. Because Kai'Sa is definitely one of the most popular characters, regardless of what people say. People love Kai'Sa. So she's definitely main character energy, without a doubt. Callista is like NPC. She's like somebody, like they can have a character who makes an oath with Callista, and then now Callista's like talking through that person with them as you get that oath of vengeance. That could be a very interesting plotline. Karma is kind of like the Avatar, but she's never been that interesting. I feel like she's like an NPC, They could probably do a lot with her character, but I just don't think she's that interesting at all. Like I've never looked at Karma and been like, yeah, that's a cool character, bro. Nah. Karthus is villain. Karthus could be an interesting villain. Because even like his little backstory of how he became like that is interesting. So I think they could do a lot with him that would make him a very interesting character. Kassadin. Yeah, Kassadin's I give him main character. Like he could really be that cool character. Like we see him with his family turning to this, meeting Kai'Sa, meeting void creatures. That's a dope story plotline right there that they've got. They've got a lot that they can do with that man, I would say. Katarina, honestly, man, I think Katarina got more main character energy than Garen. I would say. I think I would put that there. Yeah, controversial, but I think there's a lot they can do with Katarina. They can include talent, because like if we do it, it either has to be Swain for Noxus, or it's got to be like Katarina, Talon, somebody normal. So it's got to be one of those two, right? I think Katarina's got the potential. She's got cool powers. Like she's got the teleporting abilities. I think they can make that really cool if they did in the show as well too. So yeah, I'll put that. Now Kayle is like the NPC. Kayle is like the NPC, or Kale's the villain. Kale's actually the villain. Yeah, I'll put Kayle in the villain tier. Because, wait, why is this guy still here? Now that I'm thinking about this, can he go in S tier? Nah, he good side character. Because he don't really talk, right? So, I mean, it would just be kind of from his brain. Nobody really wants to see that. They could do it. It would just be a lot harder to pull that off. Because it would kind of be him talking through his sister or him just like communicating through like writing. They could do it. Honestly, put him in S tier. He got potential. He got marketability too. All right, Kane is easy S tier. Kane has that easy S tier. Kane turning into the shadow or to the darkened version. That alone, that's S tier right there. Him and Zed, Jin, Ionia. Ionia is S tier. I should do it on the regions as well too. Kennen, comedic relief. What does Kennen do, bro? He's like that joke character who pops out every time, beats everybody up, goes back to being the joke character. A lot of these are Yordles, huh? Not really humans. Kind of see that? You see that pattern? Kha'Zix can be main character. Y'all are like, what? But hey, hear me out. A lot of people be like, oh, it's just a ripoff of Predator vs. Alien. Yeah, I know. But Kha'Zix got potential. K6 has potential. Him and Rengar could be the main character, but I think K6 would be cooler as the main character. Although I know he don't speak English, but should we could have in the first episode him evolving and him eating a human and learning English. That would be cool. But all right, fine. I'll put him in like villain tier. Just kidding. He's staying in S tier. Y'all can hate me, bro. It's my tier list. Kindred is like the NPC because they will probably have to deal with Kindred or talk with Kindred. She'll probably be a big part of the show, but you can't really make it just about Kindred. She's not really a villain, and like she's not really a side character. Like she's a force of nature. So like that's why she got to go there. Kled is the comedic relief. Yeah, he's probably gonna have like an episode, or he's gonna be that one comedic relief character always being goofy. Kog'Maw. Honestly, I think Kog'Maw is an interesting character. As crazy as that sounds, y'all like, what? But Kog'Maw, hear me out. Hear me out on Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw is like, if somebody was to, like really like spit on that thing, right? And obliterate it. Kog'Maw could be like that lethal weapon in the show. Where he starts off like cute and then people are like, oh wow, this guy's actually like super dangerous, right? Cassante, good side character. I don't think people want to see just about Cassante, honestly. Where is he even from? Is he from Ishtal? Yeah, Ishtal is carried by Kiana. Not gonna lie to y'all. Again, Malphite, I guess, bro. Anywho, is he from Sharima? I have to go check that again. I got that kind of confused. But anywho, yeah, I think he'd be a good side character, like a mentor figure or something like that. But I don't think people want to just see him. I just don't think he's got that marketability. Keep it stacked. LeBlanc, they literally put LeBlanc as like the side character. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in the side character. If that was LeBlanc, as people are saying. Lee Sin got that main character energy. We could have one about Lee Sin. That's what I would say. Oh, dang. All right, well, we don't really need to see that bottom tier, so I'll just leave that down there. Okay. Let's see. Leona. I don't think anybody really wants to see. Like, Leona's the villain. Like, they can start off as, like, lovers, and then Leona can become the villain. I think Leona's better as a villain, because she's literally like the aspect of the sun. Like, I guess she could go find somebody else, or she could like overcome it. But that's Pantheon. You're not Pantheon. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. So yeah, we'll keep her in the villain tier. I think Solari in general would be good as the villain. And then we have Lilia. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Don't put Lilia in this, bro. Okay, my bad. Lilia is like an NPC. Like, she'll be there. She's like the MacGuffin character, right? Like, oh yeah, we need to go through a forest. Lily is there, talk with Lilia, and then we move on to our lives, right? Yeah, I mean, like this tier is just for characters who like they have an importance to the show, but like if they weren't there, the show would still be good. If that makes sense, right? Then Lyssandra's got main character energy. Lyssandra's a cool character. Her beef versus the Void, you can do a lot with that, I would say. Because that includes all the Freljord characters, and I think that would be like really cool, just in general, honestly, to do. Okay. Whew, man. Let me drink some water real quick. This list is crazy. I haven't even counted how many champions we've done yet, but we got a lot left. But let's do it all in one video. Let's get this done. All right, next, Lucian. I'm gonna put Lucian in S tier. Why? Now, why would I put Lucian in S tier? I would put Lucian in S tier because I believe that Lucian's story of getting his wife back, I think that would be a very captivating story to watch. That's why I would say that. That's pretty much my only reasoning for it. You know, feel free to disagree, but before you disagree, make sure you like and subscribe. You know, you leave a comment down. Helps me with the algorithm. Helps me get engagement to grow this channel so I can make more videos like this. Appreciate all of you. But if you don't agree, back to the topic. I mean, hey, I think Lucian's got a lot of potential. He's always been one of the cooler characters, just in like, you know, he got that exaggerated swagger of a gunslinger, of a light slinger. So yeah, I would put him there. Lulu, don't put Lulu. Lulu's comedic relief. Like, they probably go into Lulu's dimension or something like that, and that's about it, bro. I don't think anybody wants Adventures of Lulu or nothing like that. But if you do, congratulations. This one, the Forbidden. Skin sales go up 1,000%. The blonde, blue-eyed ghost of the Uchiha, the ghost of League of Legends. Man. The one who left it all behind with overwhelming intensity. Maharaga, help me! Alright, yeah. So, yeah, Lux is easy S tier. Maybe the most marketable one. She's in like these guys' tier, to be honest. Like, honestly, bro, should I make it a tier for like, nah, let me not make it a tier. But like, yeah, they're just in a whole nother league. Like, these girls would own, like, they would have a chokehold on the community. They already do. That's why even more, like Kais is definitely in that tier. Like, this is the chokehold group right here. Malphite, yeah, comedic relief. Like, you know, they meet a mountain. I don't know, bro. Like, he can be in there, I guess. You know, you're invited to the party. Malzahar. Malzahar is like the NPC. Cause like, he's cool, but like we've seen something. Like, Victor basically kind of stole Malzahar's whole flow, bar for bar, word for word. So like, what would you even do, man? Maokai. Don't put Maokai in. I'm playing. What is Maokai even like goal again? To purify the place? Yeah, he's not doing that. So, but I guess they'd have to see it. They don't, honestly, like, he's in a don't put them in tier. Like if he wasn't there, I don't think anybody would really care. Master Yi, good side character, like the mentor character. Could teach Akali, could teach, what's her name, Irelia, could teach all these Ionia characters, could teach Lee Sin, could teach Wukong, could teach all these characters a lot. Melio is not a main character. Comedic relief. He's like, no, let me not say that, bro. I was about to be like, they're gonna do him like Isha, but nah. He like the, what's it called? Yeah, he there. Comedic relief, funny guy. Little jokester, got the fire powers, which is, you know, that's what I'm talking about. These new champions, like, bro, I do not care about this guy. All the new champions, it just seems like they have no, like, exaggerated swagger. Like, you look back at these old champions, like, they had no lore, but they were still cool. Now it's like, what even is this? But that's just me. Miss Fortune is definitely main character. Yeah, she honestly go up with there. I think you're seeing a trend here with like these S tier characters. Like, even why Jinx was, you know, so good as well too. If you're seeing a trend here, you know, if you see it, please comment down below what this trend is exactly. But yeah, Miss Fortune would be very popular. I think she would also be a good character. They could flesh her out a lot more. Cause I think her story is very interesting. Cause she really got it back in blood. Like, Gameplank really did not know who she was at all, and then she came out of nowhere, took that man's whole flow, took that man's life, took that man's ship, sent him down below, barely survived. That's crazy. Mordekaiser. Easy great villain tier. Great villain. He could be like the big bad. He's like void level big bad. There's like big bads in the series, and he's one of them. Great character, amazing. Morgana is like NPC, kind of like in the game, like Silas's game, NPC tier. She was there. They went to her, got the powers, did what they had to do, left. Yeah, all that. Not too much you gotta say for that. Now, Firi is like the comedic relief dog. Because I don't know what they were thinking making this dog a Darkin. Like, there were so many cool things you could have done, and you made a dog a Darkin. But hey, I do not understand the marketing strategies of $1 billion global company, so I'm probably just a fool. But I don't know what they were cooking with that. Like, that character even now is comedic relief, bro. It's a dog. What the dog doing? What you want me to say? Nami would be an interesting side character. I think Nami would be like a popular side character. It's just like there's like the underwater world that they have. They never made like a region or anything. I guess she's like part of Bilgewater. So I mean, if they had to ever go underwater, they'd probably see Nami. Be cool. I think people would like her, if you know what I mean. Nasus. Nasus is literally like the de facto NPC character. Like, bro has like the library of Nasus or Nasus, however you say it. Like, if they need a book, it's like the owl in the Avatar Last Airbender. They go to a tower, get the book. Maybe he gets mad, attacks them. They leave. That'd be it. But what makes him interesting is his beef with Renekton. That could be cool. If we got Renekton's, if we got Nasus's backstory, I wouldn't want the whole thing to be about Nasus. I'll be honest. Like, no, I don't think anybody wants that. Like, if we just got Nasus's like backstory, and then him finally fighting Renekton and all that, I guess it'd be cool. There's like a lot cooler things that we could like do. Like, even Talia would be like a better main character, but Talia don't have that marketability as the top ones. But we'll get to that later. Nautilus is if they go in the sea, I would like them to put Nautilus. Because Nautilus is a cool character. I think he's got a cool design. I think it'd be cool just to like see him if they ever went. If there's like choppy waters and they see the Nautilus or whatever like that, I think that'd be pretty interesting. I think that'd be pretty cool, guys. That's what I would say. So we'll go to the next tier. Or next champion. Nico Nee. Nico. Let's see. Nico's good side character. I think her powers could be useful. I think that if they made Nico a villain, I think she'd be a lot more interesting character, right? I think there's a lot more they could have done with her. It made her very bland overall, not that very interesting in my opinion. But she's there, so I mean, yeah, that's cool. Nidalee, one champions I feel like was just thrown into Ishtal when they didn't know what to do with them because they just kind of exist. Because like main character, why'd I put her there? Yeah, nah, she do not belong in that. She like a NPC tier. Like, maybe they'll meet her, talk, but she like does her own thing. Maybe she would like work with them, but yeah, she help them out like with the forest or some nonsense. But yeah, like, bro, what? Nyla is S tier. Nyla has potential to be a very interesting character because her story is literally about making stories, and like her Joy plotline is so cool. See, this is one of the new characters I actually liked a lot. Damn, I said I didn't like any of these new characters, and I like these two. Cotton 4K, you got me. Okay, some of them were really good. A lot of people didn't like Nyla's story because they're like, oh, another generic story, yada yada yada. I was like, I know y'all didn't even read it because her story was such an interesting plot twist. They're like, she's so generic, she's always joyful, bro. That's what it's about. That's what the whole story is about. She cannot express other emotions because the demon of joy literally took her other emotions. I was like, it's like the reading comprehension devil has escaped from the Chainsaw Man community and has now infected the world, right? It's crazy. Anywho. Nocturne. Nocturne is a villain that they've really just... Bro needs a whole VGU. But I just don't think they know what to do with him. Because, like, we have Fiddlesticks. So, like, Nocturne is, like, the dream world. And, like, how they handle the dream world in that aspect... That I think that's what they're like kind of afraid of because that's a lot to add to the story of League of Legends, right? So I think that's why they're like kind of careful with him. But I think he could be a really good villain. I think he'd be an interesting villain, even if it's like one episode they encounter Nocturne and like they have to like deal with it. Let's say they need like Lux's help or something like that. I think that'd be cool. Or like Senna's help or Lucian's help. I think that'd be a cool storyline. Or like Leona's help. Like there's a lot you like. Nocturne could really be anywhere. Nocturne could be in Bilgewater. They're cooked, but he can be there honestly. Nunu is like comic relief character. Cause like who's looking at Nunu and being like, yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy, Nunu. Bro, nobody's doing that. I'm sorry to say, Nunu is comedic relief. Even in his game, he's like comedic relief. Like he's a good side character. All right, y'all gonna hate on me. Let me put him in comic relief. But I think Nunu and Willem are like okay, they have their own game. So yeah, let me elevate them because they're a lot better than comedic relief because they have their own game. So I guess you could make it about him. I just think like kid characters, like Arcane is a gritty show, so I don't think you want to be about a kid. But he can obviously be a side character. That should be fine, right? Because Isha was, I think Isha was definitely a fan favorite by the end of the show. So yeah, I think it's good having a good kid side character. Olaf. Let's see, Olaf. Olaf's kind of there. I don't think he got that main character because like he wants to have a good death, but like I don't think that's that engaging. I think there's more interesting characters in the Freljord. You could make an argument for him, but I would just leave him in good side character. Oriana has potential because since she's like, but then again, because like Arcane's story is already wrapped up for Zon. Well, I think she actually, let me put her in here because Arcane's story is wrapped up, but I think it'll still be referenced in the future. I could be wrong about that, but if it's referenced in the future, she could be main character because it could be going about Oriana, the robot that was created by Sins, and then just like her becoming a real person and all that stuff, right? That could be an interesting storyline in of itself. Ornn is like the NPC, bro. He probably don't even want to be on this list. Like, let me not even talk about him too much. He don't even want to be here for real. He might even be in Don't Put Them tier, but Pantheon is main character, bro. Is him. Like, he is him. Bro is just so cool. Like, I think everybody loves Pantheon. His rework was probably one of the best. Because, like, he was so beloved after. They made him so cool. So, yeah, he main character energy, S tier. Like, even if they do, that's why I would like them to do, like, the Annas. Because then Pantheon would be in there. Pantheon is just cool. I think that'd also be the best place to include Nocturne in the story. Because then it'd be like, Nocturne could be like a perversion of like the moon or something like that. Or like without the moonlight. Or like let's say to defeat Nocturne you need the moon and the sun's light. Then you can defeat Nocturne, right? But since they wiped out, that the hell on, let me cook. But since they wiped out a lot of the Lunari, Nocturne is gaining more power. They can really cook with that. That's my opinion though. Poppy, bro, I hate Poppy as a champion. Very biased. NPC. Oh my god, like people would always complain about like the dashing champions. I hate Poppy with the passion or any other champion. It's not even like the fact that it's the dashes she can remove. It's the fact that she was just ridiculous. Like she was just so unfun to play against, in my opinion. But that's what I'll say on that. Thank God I quit League. Pike is like the comedic relief character. Like I don't think he'll ever be like more than that because his whole shtick is just killing people, right? And kind of like dementia or something like that. So yeah, bro. Kiana's S tier main character. I think Kiana could be a very interesting main character because it's kind of similar to Draven. The only problem is her region is garbage, right? Her region is not up there, man. Her region is like the Detroit Pistons, terrible record, awful. So I don't think she's somebody that we'd have to take her out of Ishtar. Or we either have to bring everybody into Ishtar, or we gotta take her out of Ishtar. However you say it, is it Ishakam? However you say it, man. Yeah, we gotta take her out of there. It's always so funny just like what's it called, man? Just ranking, doing this ranking tier list. Cause it's just thinking about, man. There's a lot of characters in this game. All right, let's get into it. Let's keep going. Quinn. Who is Quinn, bro? Like, come on now. NPC. Honestly, Quinn got potential to be a good side character with the bird. I think they could do a lot with the bird. Make her interesting, engaging character. Keep it a stack. Nah, there's much better characters in Demacia. Much better characters in Demacia. She could be a good side character, like interesting character though. Rakan and Zaya are gonna be the same tier. I think they could be main energy together. Like in Ionia, I think that would be good. Ramus, bro has one word that he says, and it's okay. So he's going in comedic relief. Rek'Sai does not speak, but Rek'Sai is like NPC, where it's like they gotta go through an area, and it's Rek'Sai's domain. Domain expansion, Rek'Sai burrowing, whatever nonsense, right? That would be cool. That's a good plotline. Rel has main character energy. I'm gonna be honest, Rel's a cool character. I always thought Rel was cool. Her kid is so boring, but I always thought she was like she's gosh, like of all the characters, like there's some characters where it's like they have a cool concept, they just made the most boring character ever. Her powers are just lame. Like why is she like we got Magneto level powers and she makes a metal horse? But that's none of my business. We'll leave that. What is her name again? Renata Glask. Renata Glask. Yeah, NPC. I mean, actually, they didn't put her in, so don't put them tier. Yeah, I mean, they don't put a watching eye. Renekton is the same tier as Nasus. NPC, like they can be having their crazy battle in the background, but now that I'm here, I kind of move them both up. Because I think their plotline could be pretty interesting, like the two brothers fighting against each other. It's like, yeah, put that up. Rengar, S tier. Rengar and Kha'Zix, S tier plotline, S tier rivalry. Stay tuned for the rivalry League of Legends tier list. I think there's a lot they could do with that. Riven is S tier. Riven has a very interesting story. I know they resolved it, or kind of resolved it, but Riven has a very good story, I would say. Her and Yasuo both have really good plot lines I think they handled those very well too. I think Riven will also be very popular. I don't think she's on these girls' level of popularity, but she would be a very good level of popularity, I would say. Rumble! Ready to rumble! NPC, bro. I've never heard anybody say, man, we need some more Rumble lore. Actually, comedic relief, bro. Putting you even lower. Rise is main character. Him getting the runes, preventing the rune war and failing, and there's another rune war. That would be good plotline. Samira, I like Samira's character a lot. So S tier. I think Samira is a very interesting character. I think that if it was from her perspective, going through Shurima, I would be happy with that. As long as they still talk about everything that's going on in there, I would be happy with that. Let's see, what else we got? Sejuani. Good side character. I don't think anybody wants to see it about her, but I would say Sejuani could be an interesting side character because she's one of the main faction leaders, so that could be cool. Senna is good side character. With Lucian, I don't think it'd be good if it's about her, because when she leaves, okay, now we could make it about her, and then when she leaves, we switch over to Lucian's perspective. That could be good. Like, we could start off the first episode, from Senna's perspective. They're having a good time, doing married couples thing. We see how they met, how they got together, all that goofy nonsense. That could be interesting, but I think it'd be better if it was Lucian. Seraphine, don't put her in. There's a reason they didn't put her in. Keep her at the bottom. Set, the boss. He's like NPC, like they go to his ring. He's like Hikari, right? There's a reason Hikari was on the sideline. Because he was like a plot device, right? He just fulfilled his purpose. And then, get him out here. There's nothing wrong with those characters, honestly. But yeah, that sums that up. Shaco was like a villain. Because I don't even know what Shaco is. Like, he's just a villain. In game, out of game, in lore, bro is just up to no good. Then we have Shen. Shen is main character, right? Shen and Zed are both main character because they both have a lot to bring to the table, I would say. They both have very interesting plotlines. They both have very interesting stories. I think they both have a lot of stuff that would be just incredibly interesting for people to see and to watch. And their interactions with Jin would be top tier alone. Like them hunting down Jin, because it's not like some cosmic threat. It's like this is just a evil man. I think that's a good plotline, and just how he breaks them mentally, and how Jin will break them mentally. Shyvana can be put in like the villain tier, cause her and Jarvan like teaming up to become villains, like the couple villain duo. I think that'd be cool to see. That's my opinion though. Singed is NPC. Like he did what he needed to do, proceeded, and then left. So yeah, keep him in that. Sion is like Vander. Sion would be playing like Vander's role of just like the war dog essentially. You know, you unleash the hounds or whatever. That's his role. The weapon. But that's not good enough to be a villain. He's more so like a tool. So I'll put him in NPC tier. Because it's like, oh, we gotta beat this guy. Oh, we gotta defeat him. But once he's defeated, he's kind of done. So he's not really that much going on. Severe also has main character. I think Severe could get up to the 6 tuplets right here. She could have, like, her and Nyla have that potential, I would say. And Irelia, I would say Irelia and Kiana have that potential as well too. And Samira, Ribbon, I would say they all got that potential. I think, you know, there's a common denominator here. And I think we all know what it is. And that's okay. That's all right. That's good. Nothing wrong with that. Skarner. Get Skarnered. NPC tier. Cool guy. Cool character. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. Get Skarnered, buddy. Force of nature. Smolder. Matter of fact, bro. Smolder. Side character. Him and his mom, you know, maybe they help in the last battle. Smolder's mom dies. He becomes the powerful dragon. He becomes Spyro. Oops. Didn't mean to say that. But anywho, Smolder is a good side character. He'd be interesting to have him. Sona is like a Philios. Not really. Well, actually, yeah, they don't talk. Sona's like an NPC, bro. Like, I don't think anybody really cares for what she got to say, to be honest. It's like, even if she could, I don't think anybody cares what she has to say. Soraka. What does Soraka do again? NPC. I think she's important. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she can have a role. She could be there for real. Swain is main character energy. Swain is that guy. If they made Swain the main character from nobody, from betrayed to king of the empire, bro, that's what we want to see right there. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's some good stuff right there. Dang, this list is getting huge. Okay. Silas is main character, without a doubt. I don't think anybody will refute that. Silas and Swain are main character. I think in terms of like the guys, Silas and Swain would be the most interesting ones in my opinion. Those are the two I'd love to see, because those would just be so cool. Like if Echo wasn't already done, I'll put Echo too. But yeah, Silas and Swain are just, they have so much potential. Syndra is just kind of doing her own thing, so she's like NPC. Like I don't think like she really want to be doing like main character things. Like she just want to be keeping to herself for real. Tom Kench is the villain. That boy will take your soul after you for a couple pennies, bro. Like that the gambler, the real gambler, bro. The demon of the river. I think he would be an interesting villain because he made all his little promises and stuff like that. I think they could do a lot with his character. He got that charisma. Let's see. Talia is main character energy. I think Kalia would be a very interesting perspective with her whole stone powers and everything. You know, basically just an earthbender. I think it would be really cool. It's pretty simple, yeah. Talon. 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 I think you could make Talon a main character, but actually, I don't think you could. Talon doesn't really have anything interesting going for him, to be honest. Yeah, NPC tier. Sorry. Now he'll show up, try to kill you, and then leave. That's about it. Tarek could be main character. Tarek's story is interesting. Because how he got to where he is now, how he climbed the mountain, how everything happened is a very interesting plotline, I would say. So yeah, we'll put him right there. And then we got Teemo. Bro, don't put Teemo in. Keep that man out. I don't think anybody wants to see that guy. Thresh is villain tier. S tier villain tier, I would say. Amazing villain. He's got a lot of potential. A lot of people say he would be a better villain than Viego. I could see that argument. But I like Viego. I think Viego is like the misguided villain. Like he's the tragic villain. But he wasn't really ever a good person. But then again, I don't know about Viego. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know about Viego anymore. Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah. Anywho, we're not Viego yet. Tristana. Yeah. Comedic relief. Tristana would be cool. I just don't really like Yordles that much. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I don't think any of the Yordles are really that interesting to me. They're kind of just there. So yeah, she goes in comedic relief tier. Trundle is like NPC because Trundle is the smartest troll. The smartest troll, I guess, bro. But I mean, he's really just a soldier. That's really all he is. So I just keep him in that NPC tier. You know, he'll be part of Lissandra's army or something like that. That's about it. Now Tryndamere can be a main character. Tryndamere and Aatrox's relationship, that could be very interesting for them to go deeper into. And that cinematic they had with Tryndamere, still here. I think they could do a lot with this character, which I wasn't familiar with his game until that cinematic. But you know, I see the potential. Twisted Fate is good side character with Graves. Twitch is comedic. Twitch could be like a menace, honestly. Twitch could be like a menace over the season, like just sniping people, like the DC sniper type stuff, right? Just going crazy, man. I would put him in there. Who's this guy again? Oh, who is this? What's it? Udyr. I think Udyr's like a good mentor character. I don't think it should be just about him, really. That's what I would say in my my humble opinion. Actually, man, let me put him in this tier. NPC. Nah, good side character. Like he would be a good addition. His powers alone would be beautifully animated. Urgot is villain. Oh wait, they didn't even include him, bro. My bad. Don't put him in there. Varus, Darkin characters. Darkin characters, I think, are villain characters. They would all be interesting as villains, except Neferi. Neferi is a comedic relief, just a dog. Don't know why they made her. But yeah, Varus, he's got an interesting story about how he originated as well, too. Like, two people inside of him sharing the same body and everything. I guess that's cool. She has a lot to do with that. Vayne could be main character. Now, Vayne could be main character, like... You could make a plotline about Vayne and her just going around like Witcher, just killing monsters and stuff like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. Black magic. Interesting. Let's see. Vhagar is like villain. Like he's like the joke villain, but I feel he's one of those villains where when he gets serious, can actually like cause some damage. What is this guy? Vel'Koz. Villain tier. I mean, he's literally the Void. Like the Void is wicked. I don't know what else you could say about that. It is what it is. Who is this again? Vex don't even want to be here on this list. Don't put her in. She don't want to be here. Vi is, bro, good side character. Like what? I mean, almost pretty much main character. But I put her in good side character. Viego is a villain. Viego has to be a villain, right? He was set up to be the big bad, and then they kind of like beat him already though. It's like I don't really get it. I don't really get what the whole Sentinels of Light thing was supposed to be about. Like, didn't he lose already? Like, isn't it over? But I don't know. He I like his villainy. He's just something, bro. Like we were so hyped for the Rune King for so long. We got the Rune King, and it was this guy. A lot of people were disappointed. I would say we could get worse, but maybe they can like talk about his character. I like him because he has Lucian in Senna. I like Lucian in Senna, and I think the Shadow Isles is a very interesting area. Now that we know completely how it became like this, you know, you could do a little something with that. I don't know what, but you could do something with that. Victor. Now Victor, look how they massacred my boy. I don't like how they changed Victor. I'm gonna be honest. I think he was fine before. I wish they went more machine than just like magic for him. But you know, I respect it. I don't think it ruined it. Did it take away from it? It took away from it if you already knew Victor's character and you liked his character already. That's when it took away from that, because you had something you were expecting, and then they kind of destroy the expectation. So I understand why a lot of Victor mains are unhappy about this, and I think it's very valid, because they didn't have to really do that. I thought they could have done the same plot line really, but Hextech is, I don't know. It's okay. I think it was all right, but it's not the point of this video anyway. So we'll move on. Vladimir's like the NPC. He just really be doing his thing. Well, he's not really doing his thing, but he would be killing people. But he's old, doesn't remember everything. I like his origin story. I don't think it should be all about him, though. I don't think he's that interesting, to be honest. The Volley Bear. I would give him great villain tier. Volley Bear would be an amazing villain. I like how they have him in Song of Nunum, where like he's a villain, but he's also kind of like chill, I guess. So, you know, but I think they could really make that boy Wiccan in like an Arcane series. Like Silas is also going to the Froyer. So like Silas getting the power of the Volley Bear. Like how far Silas is willing to go gaining the power of the Volley Bear, that'd be a cool time. And then we have Vander here. Vander, good side character, valid. I like this character. Pretty cool. I like how they gave him an origin now too. Like, yeah, that's who Vander is. Well, I think he already had an origin. They just changed it now, but it's okay. Sun Wukong. I don't know how they're gonna handle this guy, bro. Like him in the game versus him in like Sun Wukong in lore is like crazy. But you know, good side character. He's getting mentored for Master E. Like, bro, Sun Wukong is crazy. But anywho, yeah, pretty good. So we're gonna put Xayah in the, we're gonna put Xayah way up in the main character tier. Why is Varus in this tier? You mean he gotta be in the villain tier? Yeah, we're gonna put her in the main character tier with Rakan. I think that's the only way it would work if it's with Rakan. Those two have to be together. They are a package deal without a doubt. Then we have Xerath, the one who shares, the one who wanted to be free, Eren Yeager. See, he's villain. Honestly, bro, these two are both villains. Neither one of these guys are good people. Let's keep it a stack. Yeah, now that I'm all right. The cat's out the bag. Yeah, neither one of these guys is a villain. I mean, is a hero. Xerath is definitely not a hero. Azir is not a hero. Let's keep it real. Now, I would love if the story would be about them, but like, honestly, if they want to make the main character a villain, I mean, Jinx was literally a villain. Jinx is not a good person. Jinx has caught bodies. Okay, so Jinx is not a good person. You know what? That's a good point, man. Put them in there then. Like, hold on. That's a good point. Yeah, those two would be very interesting. I love Xerath's character more than Azir's, but yeah, I think it'd be really cool. Xin Zhao, NPC, bro. Like, what is your lore? You're cool, I guess. Yasuo and Yone, all the way up. All the way up. The two brothers go together all the way up. Those two, along with the other two I said, are the most marketable male characters, I would say. Like a Yasuo series, like Yasuo and Ahri in the same series, you don't understand. Like, people would lose their minds. Ionia alone would be peak for everybody. Yorick needs to appear, bro. Put Yorick in one of these. Give Yorick some love. She's a good side character, and give Yorick a lot of screen time. Make him like the Echo. Yumi. Don't put Yumi in this. Keep Yumi out. Zach is comedic relief easily. All right, we're gonna hit these last ones soon. Zed is main character tier. Zed is main character, very interesting. I think I talked about him already, to be honest. Zeri is also main character. I like Zeri's character a lot. I wish they would do more with her, but I like her character a lot. I think she's also a very marketable character. I think she could be a flagship character. I think she's really cool. I like her powers as well too. But that's why I say sometimes I don't like the newer League Champions lore because it feels very bare bones. Like I feel like if she was released like later or earlier, she would have a whole cinematic. Well, not okay. Maybe let me not say cinematic. She would have a whole a lot more to her. I would say, but I don't know. I feel like they just lost it. Ziggs, don't put Ziggs in, bro. He already was put in. Zillion could be a good side character, but when you introduce that time aspect, we've already kind of introduced that. I feel like it make it kind of weird. Zoe is NPC, and Zyra is don't put her in. Nobody's asking for Zyra. All right, guys. I'm not gonna lie. That was a very long video. See, I kind of rushed to the last ones because I didn't want to spend too much time on it. And yeah, I went over all these characters. So just to recap, we got the main characters here, the villains, good side characters, NPC, comedic relief, and do not put these guys in. Let me know what you guys think. This was a lot of work. I've read pretty much every single one of these characters' bio and story so that I would have a better idea of how they all work. So yeah, this was a lot of work. Put a lot of time into this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I need to go drink some water. Stop talking for a little bit because that was rough, but appreciate you all. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment, and I love all you guys. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you for tuning in. All right, see you.